Welcome everybody to Forgotten Fates and Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 edition campaign. We are currently in our second season, going into our fifth week, and we've now hired the amazing straw kazoo player to do all our intro music from now on.
From the Game of Thrones instrument band, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for tuning in. The whole cast is here. Who wants to do a recap? Because I don't remember where we were.
You know, I'm not going to do the recap, but we should also we'll make a video after, and I'll show people at home how to make their very own strazophones.
Oh, there you go. If there's an interest in that, leave a comment in the YouTube video, and we'll put up the how to make a strazophone. Patent pending.
Okay, well, I remember where we were. We were, you want me to go straight to where we were, or how we got there? What do you want me to do? Because how we got there was, there was what we seemed to be a volcano exploding.
Yeah, I believe the overall story arch is that we've somehow found a baby, which, much to Dermot's dismay, no matter how much we neglect it, it will not die. We then went through a portal, which we thought was going to Waterdeep, but because some bard picked up something he shouldn't have, we ended up in the Underdark, which we finally escaped from.
You say shouldn't have, but I mean, really, you give me items, I'll take them.
And then, as we escape the Underdark, we find out it's the mouth of a volcano, which apparently is about to erupt, because why not? And then we're running, and this is where you take over.
We came across, well, first of all, we went to the city of Cornwall. It was the grand city of the Psionic Council. We looted the crap out of it. Ardo nearly blew himself up because he was trying to get to a vault. I believe he singed Vakaut's eyebrows because Vakaut was checking up on him when the thing exploded. Then he broke into it, stole all the loot. We proceeded, I believe, southeast, where we passed through a forest and we fixed a bridge, and on the other side of the bridge we joined up with the fellow refugees escaping the explosion of the volcano, and that's where we cut it.
That's right, okay.
Precisely. Yeah, we're just starting to approach the caravan that was leaving a unknown town. A bunch of human farmers from the looks of it. I believe we were starting off in the morning again, wasn't it?
Let me check. We were at...
Can't remember our time.
I think Dermot had just walked up and was about
Yep.
to start a conversation.
It was 5 a.m. and Dermot was in the front.
Right, okay. And you were coming up on them first, I believe.
Right, I was coming up from behind, riding on the bear.
So you see these people going out, not single file, but they don't seem to be panicked. They're just going with purpose. And you ride up to the closest one to you right now is a elderly male farmer riding on a mule. Not a donkey.
Amateur.
Is donkey judging that donkey?
You think so?
So I just walk up. I'm like, so where are we all going?
So casual.
He turns to talk at you, to respond to you, and you notice he kind of double takes when he's looking at the dwarf riding a bear.
You act like you never seen a dwarf on a bear.
We're heading to our shelter. Good 20 miles to the east of us.
Your shelter? What are you taking shelter from?
He just looks at you. The mountain's angry. Surely you understand. its wrath will rain upon all of us. We'll
Understood.
have to rebuild again.
Okay.
It hasn't happened in generations, but the stories and the remains. He points off. And over to the north, if you follow his finger, you see what looks like a pile of rubble. That was one of our old towns, the elders tell. The last time the mountain got angry.
So it's just like destroyed?
It's totally destroyed.
Well, on the plus side, at least the lava didn't get here. Or is it magma? I can never tell.
It's mostly the powder from the sky that causes us the trouble. But luckily, the ancients provided us with the shelter. To be honest, I've always been curious. I don't really know how it works. You'll have to speak to our mayor.
And who might he be?
He's the one up front riding on the big cart.
Very well.
Name is Stefan.
Stefan.
Last name
Stefan.
Wolf?
Stephen Wolf.
Thank you. No. Why not? Sure.
Are we heading down like Copperhead Road or something too? I don't know.
Well, thank you very much. I'll go and speak to Mr. Wolf.
Is he on a carpet?
No. We're stopping at that part. I'll let you name it. I'll let you change his last name. But
We're just gonna incorporate all kinds of old music references into this episode now.
no. Well, we'll try to step away from that.
He
So
was born.
So I'll
He was-
head up there if I can.
What about Leonard the Skinner? Where's he at?
all right.
Sorry.
Drill it in
So
place.
most of the rest of the party stays and talks with Leonard the Skinner.
Tells them about their sweet home.
Yeah, exactly. You ride up. This. They all die. I can't do anything with these people. Okay, no, fine. You know, it's a mixture of bards and farmers.
And minstrels.
Minstrels. Bards.
Nice.
All right.
There we go.
Busy.
You better
Yeah, I
write
was
some
gonna get
shit
some
down
knowledge
so
out
you
of
can
this.
never fail another bardic knowledge check ever.
At least in this area. Yeah.
Hang on there. There's a farmer village full of bards.
Are we really
So-
doing this? I'm writing this down then.
I'm doing it.
So, while Dermot's over there going to talk to Mr. Wolf, I'm going to talk to the Skinner. I'm asking what about this ancient spirit of the mountain and ask him for details on it.
Generally just skin things. The mayor is the one that keeps most of the lore.
So you're a bard, but you don't know anything?
I never said I was a bard. He's a bard, and he's a bard, but I'm a Skinner.
You are dead to me.
I figured my name would have been clear enough to you. You clearly are one of those special samurais. Go speak with the mayor.
I just look at him and said, "What gave you the first thought there?"
Hang
So
on,
he's
let me
right-
deal with the dwarf, and I'll move on to you.
Is he riding along beside the wagon and stuff? This old dude.
The old guy, the
Yeah.
Stefan Wolf now, yeah, with an E in the end, by the way. It's
Of course.
spelled.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's the only way to spell it.
He's on the back of a cart that's being pulled at the front, basically just making sure he's seen by everybody. Got a whole bunch of scrolls and tomes in that cart. Kind of an elderly fellow, but still looks strong, even though he's gone completely gray. Yeah, gray wolf. But anyway. You ride up to him. He doesn't seem surprised at all to see the dwarf on the bear. You notice a little bit movement of the facial hair, like he might have smirked, but that was it.
Hello. Are you the Mr.
Greetings, young dwarf.
Mr. Wolf?
Well, yes, I am.
Excellent. I was told that you could give me some information about this angry mountain.
The mountain hasn't been angry in many generations, but thankfully the elders do have a shelter provided for us. We just have to make it in time, which I think we'll make it fine.
Now tell me, is this like a members only type shelter, or do you take in others?
No, you're welcome to join us.
Oh, that's excellent. Now,
there is, of course, inherent dangers that go along with it, but
now we're
that's
talking.
to be expected. We'll have to get to it. It's there's a reason why it's remained safe. I would like to enlist you in helping us get there, actually. There's an old tomb about 20 miles east. Once we arrive, we'll have to get past some pretty nasty traps to get to the shelter.
It just so happens I know a guy that's really good with traps.
Well, very good.
We're like really good at getting trapped, but sorry, go ahead.
Now, do you know if the way there is safe, or are we starting this job immediately?
Oh, we're making our way there now. We'll be meeting the refugees from the town further east.
Is that another human settlement?
Yes, it is. Yeah, we go there and play for their festivals usually.
Sorry, out of game. How far or how close did we get to that dwarven city that we were heading towards?
You are still a good about 250 miles away.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The shelter was 10 miles away, you said, right? Or 20? 20 miles away.
About 20. It's directly in between these two towns, which you don't know what they're called, but they're right there.
Okay. So what's our current rate of speed, approximately? How many miles per hour?
You're making pretty good time. You're moving at your max speed right now, which is you're going to get there by nightfall. No, morning. Excuse me. Anyhow, while he's talking to you, he's reaching around looking, and he pulls up an old scroll and unravels it of a drawing of what looks like a dwarf's face in the side of a mountain, with the door being in his mouth.
Friendly.
Oh, it's a dwarven shelter.
Yes.
Well, this is quite fortuitous that you found me. Or should I say I found you?
I would have to agree.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to head back to my friends and let them know that we're traveling with you.
I don't believe I caught your name.
Oh, the name's Dermot Ironroot.
Dermot Ironroot. The pleasure is mine, sir. I hope to see you at our large fire this evening. Look for the big tent. He just chuckles.
I say, okay, questioningly, and let the bear fall back, or let everybody kind of pass, so I just kind of go up to the side of the road and let the caravan go by.
You're catching a lot of stares from some of the people riding by. You'll notice there'll be one cart with like 15 people in it, all lazing about, plucking harps and lutes, and then a whole bunch of farmers with hoes come by just staring at them.
Every time I catch like a really big crazy glare from people, I get the bear to do what do they call that when the horse gets down on the front knee? The horse bow? I forget what it's called.
Like a curtsy?
Yeah, it's got a name in horse riding.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called.
All right.
Okay.
I do not know what that's called.
I'm looking it up. So he does that every time just to kind of what are you
Show
looking
off.
at? Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. You make it back to your party. Leonard the Skinner has finally managed to break free of the questioning samurai, admitting that he knows nothing about this, but, well, those boots that you have, who did that?
I did.
A fellow Skinner.
Yep.
I see that you might want to devote more of your time to that trade, though, sir. Let me show you a quick technique. Give me your hand.
Okay. And I hand him over or show him my hand. And that would be the offhand.
Okay, good. Yeah. No, hold the blade like this. He starts cupping the blade around your hand, or your hand around the blade. Place your thumb here. I can tell where you've nicked too shallow and some too thick.
Okay.
This should give you aid.
Why, thank you.
Add a +1 to your lever working from this point forward.
Okay.
Now, do I see that these are bards mixed in this group?
Yes, you get it reeks of lazy, the whole caravan.
So I'm like, hey, buddies. Okay, so I'm in the back of the wagon. How close are we to this group? Like Andara and I think, is Ardo in the wagon too, or no?
I think y'all were all in the wagon right now, except for the dwarf. He's coming back to meet with you.
So how close are we to the group?
The Bardic group, or the group of the
refugees?
Y'all are starting to close in with them now. I believe Dermot rode up ahead. Y'all caught a couple of the stragglers. Like old Tom the farmer and Leonard the Skinner, who I now have to write down and make up some stuff about.
Don't get me started on the brewers. You know, Crosby Stills.
No.
Work by Nash and Young.
So we're riding up alongside these refugees at this point. Like he came back from the front of the group. I think you said he was the mayor. Was who?
Yeah, he rode up to the front and he's coming back, and the rest of the other wagon. I'm guessing since Andara is driving, you're trying to get in mingled with them, right? As close as possible. Or were you waiting for the dwarf to return before you got into the thrall?
Where exactly would
That's
the
Andara to
Skinner
answer
be
that.
at?
Really?
What was the question?
Right on the outside. Are you trying to get like into the middle of the caravan here? Or are you just kind of hanging on the outside of it right now?
If there's music going on, I'm gonna go over to the music.
That's over towards the front, yeah. So you're heading for the front.
Mm-hmm.
Not too far behind Stefan's cart.
She'll be smiling, tapping her foot.
A whole group of bards in one wagon.
Is that where we are?
That's where you're closing in on now as the dwarf's coming back to you. Yes.
Oh, we're not there yet.
We've
Okay.
discovered the very first ever tour bus.
Yes.
Traveling minstrels.
There's you notice that, well, they're all brightly dressed and all look pretty similar, playing different instruments. There's an old man with a straw hat that's driving the wagon. He looks really depressed.
Oh man.
Well, I guess we're waiting. We're not near the tour bus yet.
Not yet. The dwarf,
We're
the
waiting for
dwarf comes back to you, and the party is all together for a moment. Discuss.
Hey, I think we need to go with these people.
Why do you say that?
I kind of volunteered us to, and they're heading for shelter from the volcano.
Sounds like a good enough reason to me.
Where are they
Well,
going?
that was easy.
I
Where are
kind
they
of
going?
can't.
Some mountain, about 20 miles from here.
So we're escaping one volcano to go to another one?
They call it the shelter. It sounds pretty safe.
I mean, I can call anything whatever I want. Does it sound safe? All right. Well, where is it?
Well, our current options are not doing anything, or continuing not knowing where we're going, or going to something called the shelter. I don't know about you, but my money's on the shelter.
Well, I don't know about you
I'm
guys,
over,
but
I'm overhearing all this, right? Because you're right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Vakaut.
I was saying I don't know about you guys, but I kind of feel a little obligated to assist them since I kind of put them in this predicament.
Well, what do you mean?
The boulder.
You don't
Surely
honestly
you don't think this was your doing.
I full-heartedly believe it's my doing.
Volcanoes eat boulders?
I mean, it was a big boulder, and you're pretty strong, but I don't think you're that strong.
Well, still, let's help them.
You think you angered the mountain by killing its pet slime?
Sure, either that or that I've tried to insult the mountain by throwing slime down its throat.
I hate to be the voice of reason, but I don't think there's such thing as a mountain spirit. And I don't think you can upset it.
Is there such thing as a mountain spirit in my bardic knowledge? That's right.
Let's see. In your bardic knowledge,
It's got to be some song about some kind of lore of a mountain spirit that you're probably hearing from the rest of the locals right now. According to that song.
you've heard of many mountain spirit stories. It's entirely possible. You can't discount old legend.
Oh, there's such things as mountain spirits. I mean, listen to that song, and I point off to those guys listening over there.
Yeah, a lot of them are singing appeasing tunes.
You're trying to pick up on the chords, right? You're like, okay, C, G.
Yeah. I'm gonna focus on them now. I'm totally not paying attention to my group members, and now it's time for like. What?
So, out of character, of course, we're expecting, Andara to turn around and play that whole song that we're hearing on his
No.
do later. Okay. My
It's
bad.
a no.
Let's carry on.
Maybe after, if you're really good, Vakaut. We'll see.
Okay.
If you manage not to kill yourself, we'll see.
Shots have been fired. Anyways, moving forward.
Any other discussion amongst the party?
What say you, burglar?
I'm up for whatever y'all are doing.
After the whole conversation that Dermot was saying, I sort of chime up and say, yes, I agree. I believe we should seek shelter in this refuge. I sort of, out of character now, I sort of missed, what did you give us any details that they were looking for help with this dungeon or anything like that, or?
No.
Okay, so you just said there's a shelter.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then that's all I say. Then yes, yeah, we should go and.
I did say I volunteered us,
Right.
so you might pick up
But
on
you
that.
didn't mention what it volunteers for. What you?
No.
Didn't mention any of that, did you?
Yeah.
I said I kind of I kind of volunteered us.
Yeah.
I didn't volunteer us just to look pretty.
Okay.
One
Well,
could
okay. Then
reasonably
if you
make-
said that, then I would have asked volunteers for what?
Apparently there's some dangers once we get there.
Dangers.
It's just
Wow.
it's just the standard stuff.
Standards. I'm looking around at things that aren't standard.
What's
Standard
standard
stuff.
dwarf?
Oh, like cave dwelling trolls and all of that normal stuff.
When I hear the word troll, I'm going to just pull out the sword, start sharpening it. Well, gotta get this ready.
We're not fighting, are we?
We might be.
Can't reason with them?
And our sort of size.
Well, you can try and reason with the troll.
I will.
Okay. Can I have your things?
Burn it with fire.
And you can have my things.
Oh, nothing.
No,
Nothing.
you can't have my things.
Well, okay.
Stubby little fingers don't know how to play a lute anyways.
I can make firewood out of it.
If Kel dies, we'll split his things evenly.
Okay, it's agreed.
The loot becomes a torch.
There you go. Now you're thinking, Vakaut.
I'm glad.
That's just barbaric, I say.
Poor Kel. And then Ardo, that seems really distracted. He's been deep in thought ever since leaving that bank behind. That's what I'm convinced is going on, and I'm pretty sure that better be what's happening. Ardo. Or do I need to contact Sony? Let's...
No comment, Ardo.
Oh, jeez.
Are you distracted, Ardo? Do you need a few minutes?
No, I'm thinking about.
We'll take your
Other
cup
things.
sipping as a comment.
Don't answer that.
That's a trap.
So,
It's a
Danvers home. Don't answer that.
You didn't get any other details, Dermot, about this cave or whatever that
this-
we have to...
Up to go to the cave. 'cause
Dangers!
there's Obviously,
Trolls?
no other details to
Well, I
think
They-
about.
I don't know
many
if there's
trolls?
trolls. I just made that up. I guess we should probably get some more information from the mayor.
Hey, you! I'm gonna just turn over to the
Yeah.
like now we're sidling up to these people, right? Hey, you! Yes, you! You over there! Hi! Hi, I'm
I'm
Kel. Kel,
I'm
gentleman
gonna-
adventurer here.
Okay,
Where are you heading?
I'm gonna assume that I'm like in the
Yeah.
middle and they're to our left, so he's like like sort of like reaching over me, like
Uh,
I'm
Yeah.
trying to look around him.
Well,
you can
well,
notice the desire for social interaction completely overtaking the bard. You see
Yeah.
him, hey, you! You turn to follow. There's like a 4-year-old sitting on a cart.
I would like lean over to the dwarf and be like, "He must be looking for the floozy card."
So I'm guessing you're after the bardic cart. Is that right? Is that what's
Anyone near
anyone?
not these assholes?
I resemble that remark.
Fair enough. You've pulled up now. You've got the bardic cart. They're all playing, and you're hey-youing, and the old man turns and looks at you.
Hi, Kel. Gentleman adventurer here. What's your name?
My name is James.
Well, James, where are you heading?
To the shelter, same as you, I suppose.
Is it safe there?
That's what they say. Got to protect my legacy. He looks back at the bards in the cart.
Legacy? Sorry?
Oh, these be me sons.
Oh no.
Hi, fellas. What are you playing there?
And in song, they turn to you and introduce themselves.
Song?
All right, the three of them. Remus, Toby, and John.
How's that go? Like Remus, Toby, John.
What instruments are they playing?
Well, obviously Remus is playing something that he's dreaming.
What?
So what are they playing?
All right. Remus has a harp.
Okay.
Toby has a lute. And John has a flute. Okay.
What'd you say?
And-
John has a flute.
Huh?
Toby has a what? A harp?
Okay. Remus has a harp.
Yep.
Toby has a lute.
Lute.
And John has a flute.
Okay. How close are we to their cart?
And they introduced themselves as the Gathen brothers. You're right up beside their cart currently.
How close? Like right beside? Like right beside?
Yeah, like seriously, you're like 5 feet away. You're pulled up a little bit ahead of them now because you were talking to James Gathan, their father.
How good is their song?
They need some help. I think the father would probably be more proud if they were more successful bards.
Okay. Well, let me talk to your sons, James. Hey, James. Or what's their names? And I'm pointing at them as they introduce themselves.
They sing it out again. Remus, Toby, and John.
Well, fellas, maybe we should play a tune to liven up this crowd that's traveling along this road, and I want to try to help them out.
You see Remus jump up, certainly, and Toby and John fling a board across, Vakaut needing you to dodge as the board slams down in between the two wagons, and they beckon you over.
I'm up. I'm over.
Vakaut, you deftly dodge the board. So you're really going to try it, okay?
Is there a balance check for this or something?
Yeah, there's a balance check.
Okay, let's see it.
You see Kel in theatrics, bows, and handsprings over the board into their cart.
Excitement has me.
Hey! Oh.
All right.
And then he strums out a ta-da at the end, right? Ta-ta!
So you're going to try to what is your goal with these wannabes?
Let's lighten the mood of the crowd. Let's make them pick up the pace. I don't know. They probably feel a little crazy and fearful, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit tense. Everyone's got the hope that they're right and safety's just around the corner. It's one of those things that's been you've got the feel it's a town legend that's just everyone believes it, but
no
thought
one
it would
knows.
never come. Right,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, you get that started, and your performance suffers a little bit, but it's mostly from working with them.
okay.
You'll have to start playing, and in the middle of it, just notice that Remus messes a note here, so you kick his foot real quick, and
Oh, so I'm correcting these guys a lot.
yeah,
F sharp, F sharp.
basically, it's still a good performance, but could have been better if it wasn't for these three. Dermot, you notice when Kel springs over that the old man seemed to roll his eyes and just kept going. And there's another one.
Oh, there goes.
All right. So, Andara, did you have anything?
No, she's just sort of steering along. I guess Dermot's gone off to get more information about the situation.
No, I stayed with you guys. I
no.
just suggested that we could.
What's that? Sorry.
I stayed with you guys. I had only just suggested that we
Okay.
could until. Like,
Okay, yeah, that's right. And I was going to reply to that and say maybe you could find a little more information before
Well-
we get in over our heads.
Let's go up there together.
Okay, I'll try and steer the cart that way.
Okay. She'll just pull ahead and head up towards Stefan's larger wagon.
I forgot something I wanted to do as well.
Okay.
These are bards. I want to chat with them up between songs.
Okay. Anything in particular, or is it
What they know.
what's your goal?
What they know about the area, any songs, any stories.
Okay.
As Kel's playing, I'm just sort of motioning that we're going to go up that way. You know,
Yeah, I
Kind
just
of
wave
I'm
them
just
off.
like,
it's just like
yeah.
Be like just
Bye.
waving.
Hey, at least you got a response. He looked like he didn't even want to give any of us responses.
finally, people. I've been traveling with monsters.
Hey, I resemble that statement.
Resemble it?
Okay. All right. So you are in agreement. Ardo, do you have anything to give me with this, or are you just going along with everything?
No, I'm pretty much just riding. I'm listening to the music that's suddenly sparked up, and that's about it.
The music sparks up. You hear that, and then another familiar sound catches your ear. You hear the clank of coins. Somewhere slightly ahead of James's cart, you notice there's a large fat man riding on a poor old horse. And he has a pretty hefty bag beside him, and I'm pretty sure that's where the clank's coming from. Seems pretty richly dressed. Just a note.
All right.
He seems to have a blue tint on the back of that old horse, bundled up.
No.
And a bunch of bear traps hanging from the side of the horse. Vakaut. Did you
Yes.
have anything else before we go up to the top of the Stefan?
I, for most part, am just sharpening the blade. So I'll have it out and just sharpening. And then just checking over the armor and such, getting ready for our performance.
Okay.
By
So-
chance, performing town, do I notice any swordsmen or anything out? Or anyone that resembles any kind of warrior?
You haven't noticed anyone that seemed like they would be even slightly good in combat here. It's all farmers or bards. I think the closest would probably be the town blacksmith, but you haven't caught sight of him yet. So,
Okay.
if that answers your question fully,
That answers
I
it.
will
Moving on.
pull up. So the bear and the cart pull forward, and you try to get as close as you can to Stefan's cart. He sees the dwarf coming back and smiles, and stops smiling when he sees who's driving the cart behind him. Just
At me? You mean?
yeah, he hasn't said anything. He's just looking at the cart.
Okay.
And when you get back within earshot, colorful company you keep, Master Dwarf.
I look over at him.
At who?
At the mayor. I don't say anything.
Okay.
It's just like a quick look up and then back down.
Yeah, they may be colorful, but they get the job done.
Indeed. Well, we've already made our arrangement. Is there anything else I can do for you along the way?
Oh, my companions here seem to think they need to know like what we're going up against.
Oh, yes.
Our friend mentioned some dangers. Can you be a little more specific on what kind of dangers?
Well, the shelter's actually kept in. Let me see. He pulls up the scroll and shows you the picture of the. It's a dwarven face with the beard going into the mountainside, mouth open, large door, with runes along it.
Okay.
So, actually, this used to be called the Tomb of Cara Dune.
Do I know any? Have I heard of that?
No, you have not heard of it before.
Okay.
Have I?
You might have had a chance. One moment. It's possible. No, you haven't heard of this one either.
Tomb of Cara Dune. I haven't heard of that. What was it? Designed for this particular situation, or what is its history?
Well, according to what we have, it apparently was the tomb of an old dwarven noble. But it served our purposes as a shelter. It's long been robbed, and even the old corpse is gone as far as we could tell.
I see. By out of character, by the drawing, how big does the scale of this look? Does it look like a tremendous like dwarven head, or?
Well, all you can really see on the drawing is just a sketching of the dwarven face with the door in the mouth. You're not sure, without knowing how big the door is, that how big this actually
Yeah,
is.
that's what I mean. Have you been here before to this tomb? I'm asking.
In person, no, I actually haven't.
Hmm.
I'm relying on these scrolls.
Has there been anyone from the town that has been here?
Yes, my great-great-grandfather.
So it's been a while since anyone's been to it. Okay.
So,
Yes.
in other words, no one alive has been here.
Did your grandfather
Yeah.
give you any other information about this place?
He said that just ahead here, whenever the mountain woke, and that's really all besides what the scrolls have told. He said the place was a bit musty. They had to clean it out before. Well, some story of ghosts, but I'm sure that they took care of that.
Ghosts. Oh, I mean, I like the ghosts. This is gonna be fun.
I just raised an eyebrow. Okay.
I'm sure it'll be nothing to worry about. My great grandfather was quite capable. He was a priest, you know.
I just smile. I nod. Thank you for the information.
He grins. I'll see you tonight at my table. The invitation still stands.
Hey, now, before we go, is there any information on like what causes the mountain spirits, and I'm doing air quotes, to be angered?
No, I'm afraid not. It's just recorded that it has happened before.
So there's no rumors on like certain individuals perhaps angering the mountain spirit?
No, sir.
See, I told you, Vakaut.
We have no history of it being angered by an individual. That just wakes from time to time. It's happened before, and it will happen again, we're sure.
Told ya, I say to Vakaut.
How long does this event usually last?
The last time they stayed in the shelter for a period of 2 months.
I see.
Blood and shell. Curse.
2 months.
Pretty sure I might kill the bard in those 2 months.
Do you have adequate supplies for that span of time?
According to legend, we won't require them. They will already be there.
Interesting.
100-year-old rations. Sign me up.
It's apparently while they were there, they dined on fresh fruits and
some kind of magic. I'm sort of asking questions.
This looks, and I would assume it would have to be.
It's a dwarven, so I'm assuming there's plenty of ale.
Yes, Master Dwarf, of course.
Well, that's all I need. I'm good.
A well-aged ale, I'm sure. I say it, I just smile.
You can have a look at the old scrolls if you like.
Is there any writing on these things, or are they just pictures?
There is writing. It's in common, and some pictures, drawings.
Okay. Yeah, I'll if the dwarf can grab them for me. I don't know how close I am. I'll say I wouldn't mind having a look at those.
I'll hand over. Are there? Do you have anything like from inside the tomb, like any dwarven writings? Perhaps they've been transcribed.
I'm afraid not. I don't have any history on it besides its name. I'm not even sure if Cara Dune was the name of the noble or if that's just what they called it.
Phonetically, what is like in dwarven? What are the words Cara Dune? Like, are they a name usually, or is like Dune like a dwarven word for like fortress or something?
I have no idea, Master Dwarf, I'm afraid. Dermot, excuse me.
That was out of game.
Yeah.
So, did I gather information from these other bards?
Yeah, you did. Apparently, that they have been trying for quite some time to start their own traveling show. They really want you to join them. They've got it made right now. They live in a one-room shack, and their father brings in the food, and they stay around playing music all the time. They would really like it if you'd stay with them.
A one-room shack, huh?
Yep. But one of these days, when they get better, they're going to make sure that their father can retire.
Better than a one-horse town.
Politely decline at this point, but continue trying to gather information from them and anyone else who's paying attention or listening.
Yeah. You end up getting James involved in the conversation slightly if you start asking questions. The boys will give you some flighty tales, but then he'll turn around and give you the actual facts.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick 5-minute break. We'll be back on Twitch in a few minutes. Tune in tomorrow on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and follow, and we will be right back.